The Army of Revolutionaries, or Jaysh al-Thuwar, is a People's Protection Unit's allied armed rebel coalition, participating in the Syrian Civil War, established in May 2015, with presences in 6 provinces. It was considered an ambitious grouping uniting Arabs, Kurds, and Turkmens, with its stated aims to fight both the Syrian regime and ISIL. It was expected to become one of the more relevant rebel alliances in northern Syria, consolidating the democratic rebel spectrum. It was considered as one of the potential power brokers in the Aleppo, Hama, Idlib, and Latakia Provinces, though considering itself a part of the rebel mainstream and having turned down the U.S. Train and Equip program. Jaysh al-Thuwar has always been allied with the Syrian Kurdish People's Protection Units. It therefore received neither Turkish nor U.S. support, and became embroiled in open conflict with both hardline and more moderate Islamists. Subsequently, Jaysh al-Thuwar retreated from rebel-held areas and further deepened its bonds with the YPG. In October 2015, it became one of the constituents of the Syrian Democratic Forces, increasingly integrating with the SDF's common frontlines against ISIL and other Islamist forces. History. Establishment. Established on 3 May 2015, many of its members belonged to the now-defunct Hama movement and the northern branch of the Syria Revolutionaries Front, which were defeated by al-Nusra and allied forces in Idlib and Aleppo. In an October 2015 publication, the Washington, D.C. based Institute for the Study of War considered Jaysh al-Thuwar as one of the potential power brokers in Aleppo province, where it is part of the Euphrates Volcano Joint Operations Room, as well as in Hama, Idlib, and Latakia provinces, though not in Homs province. The original founding groups were Battles and Territorial Presences. Jaysh al-Thuwar did not apply to join the American Train and Equip program because it declined to restrict itself to fighting ISIS. The army subsequently released videos of them fighting both against the Syrian army in Aleppo and the northern Homs pocket, as well as against ISIL in Mer, Kobane and northern Raqqa. It controlled territory to the west of Izaz bordering the Kurdish-held Afrin canton, and claimed further presences in the Rashid neighborhood of Aleppo, as well as in Tel Mana and Al-Ghab plain areas in northern Hama, and sleeper cells in Manbij area. Integration into Syrian Democratic Forces. In spite of occasional denials, the coalition has always been closely allied with the Syrian Kurdish People's Protection Units. The coalition was therefore met with distrust by more Islamist rebel factions and became embroiled in open conflict with hardline Islamists such as the al-Nusra Front. The Army of Revolutionaries didn't qualify for any support by Turkey, but neither did it receive any U.S. support. With weaponry considered sparse by even Syrian standards, the coalition early began to disintegrate, further deepening bonds with the YPG and other anti-ISIL forces. It established the Syrian Democratic Forces in October. Subsequently, its constituents became involved in clashes with Islamist FSA groups of the Fatah al-Abid Mer operation rooms. According to observers, it therefore withdrew its presence from rebel-held areas, refocusing on the Syrian Democratic Forces' joint front lines. Since the establishment of the SDF, additional groups of various sizes have joined JAT, such as the Marta Qasim al-Arif Battalion,